Good morning, class. See the picture. Very beautiful, colorful. See who are the people here. The king is there, and one old man is also there. He had something in his hand. The king is sitting on his throne, and the old man has something in his hand. It is looking like an egg. Don't you think so? But you will be surprised to know that this is not an egg. It's a grain. A very big grain. The shape is as much big as an egg. So today we are going to read the lesson about the grain. A grain as big as a hen's egg. A grain as big as a hen's egg. Now you see here. It is the name of the lesson, a grain as big as a hen's egg. Have you ever seen such type of grain? We have never seen. But in olden days it may be. So let us read the lesson and try to find out what was there. It's a lesson written by Leo Tolstoy in 1886. This parable takes us to a time when land and what it yielded was free for everyone. Should one live by one's own neighbor and be content with it, or I what others produce? Means we will come to know that the people were contented with their own crops, or their eyes were on the others, what others are doing, what others are producing. So let us read the lesson and come to find out. One day some children found a ravine, a thing shaped like a grain of corn, with a groove down the middle, but as large as a hen's egg. So one day some children were playing in a deep narrow valley. Ravine means a deep narrow valley. A thing shaped like a grain of corn. And when they were playing, they found a thing. Its shape was like the grain of the corn. Corn you eat, everybody? Bhutta, that is corn. With a groove down in the middle. Groove means a narrow cut on a hard surface. And he found them in the middle, but as large as a hen's egg. But the size was like the hen's egg. Everybody has seen egg? Yes. So the children found a grain of corn, but the shape was like the hen's egg, means it was very big. A traveler passing by saw the thing, bought it from the children for a penny, and taking it to town, sold it to the king as a curiosity. So what did the passenger do? A traveler passing by, what he did? He purchased it from the children and gave them a penny, and then he took it to the king to sell it. And as a curiosity means he wanted to know what it was. The king called together his wise men and told them to find out what the thing was. The king was also surprised to see what was it. So he called all his wise men, all his wise ministers. He was also surprised to see the things, and they wanted to discover what the thing was. The wise man pondered and could not make head or tail of it. So all the wise men, they were thinking and thinking, but they didn't find any clue. Till one day, when the thing was lying on a windowsill, a hen flew it and packed it till she made a hole in it, and then everyone saw that it was a grain. So the grain was lying in the window. So one hen came and it packed into it, and she made a hole. It made a hole in it, and then they came to know that it was a grain. They all were surprised to know that it was a grain. The wise man went to the king and said, "It is a grain of corn." So the wise men, all the ministers, they went to king and they asked king that it was a grain. The king was surprised and ordered the learned man to find out when and where such corn had grown. King was surprised to see such a big corn, and he ordered all his wise men, learned men, to find out when and where such corn had grown in his country. The learned man pondered again and searched in their books, but could not find nothing about it. All the learned people, all the ministers, they started searching their books, but they didn't find anything. So they returned to the king and said, "We cannot give you answer, sir." So they all were very upset because they didn't find any answer. And they asked king, "Sir, we didn't find any answer. There is nothing about it in our books. You will have to ask the peasants." Peasants means farmers. So perhaps some of them may have heard from their fathers when and where grain grew to such a size. So they suggested that only peasants can tell, because sometimes they must have heard from their fathers that when and where such type of grain grew to such a size. So the king gave order that a very old peasant should be brought before him. So what was the order? That a very old peasant, farmer, very old farmer, should be brought before him. And his servants found such a man and brought him to the king. And such type of man was found, and he was brought before the king. Old and bent, ashy pale, and toothless, he has managed with the help of 2 clutches and to totter into the king's presence. So the farmer was very old, bent, yellow, toothless means no teeth were there in the mouth, and managed to help with 2 clutches to totter into the king's presence. Means he was not able to walk properly, and he was brought before the king. The king showed him the grain, but the old man could hardly. So the grain was produced before the peasant, a big piece of grain. And now see the picture. See the man, how old? Okay. He took it, however, and felt it with his hands. The king questioned him, saying, "Can you tell us, old man, where such grain as this grew? Have you ever bought such corn or sown such in your fields?" So the king asked him many questions. If the old man had ever seen such a corn, if he had ever sown such a corn in his fields. The old man was so deaf that he could hardly hear what the king said, and only understood with great difficulty. So the old man was not able to listen. So he was not able to understand what the king wanted. So by very hardly he understood what the message is given by the king. No, he answered at last, I never sowed nor reaped any like in this my field, nor did I ever buy any such. So the answer of the peasant was no. He never bought such a corn, he never sown such a corn in his field. So the answer was no. When we bought corn, the grains were always as small as they are now. But you might ask my father. He may have heard where such grain grew. So what did the old man ask? He asked that you call my father, and only he can answer such type of the grain. So the king sent for the old man's father. Now see who is called? The king called the old man's father. He was found and brought before the king. He came walking with one crutch, and the king showed him the grain. And the old peasant, who was still able to see, took a good look at it. See, the son was with two crutches and the father with one, and he came walking. And the king asked him, Can you not tell us, old man, where corn like this used to grow? Have you ever bought any like it or sown any in your fields? So the same question was asked from the father. Though the old man was rather hard of hearing, he could still hear better than his son had none. No, he said, I never sowed nor reaped any grain like in my field. So what is the answer of the father? The answer of father is also no. Father has also not seen such type of grain. See, we are here. No. He said, I never sowed or reaped any grain in my field, and so buying, I never bought any, for in my time money was not yet in use. Everyone grew his own corn, and when there was any need of shared with one. So father told that there was not money in use at that time, and we used to interchange the things. Ours was larger and yielded more flour than present day grain, but I never saw any like this. So the father has not seen even such type of grain. The grain grew larger and yielded more flour than ours. You had better ask him. I have, however, heard my father say that in his time the grain grew large and yield, and my father say this is his time the grain grew large and yielded more flour than ours. You had better ask him. So the king sent for this old man's father. Now first of all, who came? First of all came old man. Then second number, his father. Now the father's father will be asked. Father's father is coming now. So the king sent for the old man's father, and they found him too, and brought him before the king. He entered walking easily and without crutches. His eyes were clear and hearing good, and he spoke distinctly. Means father's father was coming without any support, any crutches. Eyes were clear, hearing was good, and he spoke very well. The king showed him the grain. Now see the next page. Now see, this is, I think, the old man, father. The old man, then his father came, then his father came. Now I think he is the third one. Okay, now see here on the top. See the grain, and the old grandfather looked at it and turned it into his hand. It is long since I saw such a fine grain, said he, and he bit a piece off and tasted it. It's very same kind, he added. So the farmer took the grain in his hand and took a bit of it. And what does he announce? What did he announce? That it is the same very kind. It is the very same kind, he added. Tell me, grandfather, said the king, when and where was such corn grown? So the king is asking the grandfather ki when and where such corn was grown. Have you ever bought any like it or sown any in your fields? And the old man replied, corn like this used to grow everywhere in my time. I lived on corn like this in my young days and fed others on it. It was the grain like this that we used to sow and reap in the thresh. So it was the corn that was sown in the time of grandfather. And the king asked, tell me, grandfather, did you buy it in anywhere or did you grow it all yourself? The old man smiled. In my time, he answered, no one ever thought of such a sin as buying or selling bread. And we knew nothing of money. Each man had enough corn of his own. So the king asked him whether you bought it from anywhere. So the old man smiled and answered that no one even thought about buying and selling. It was a sin. It was a crime at that time. Each man had enough corn for his own. Tell me, grandfather, asked the king, where was your field and where did you grow corn like this? So, now the king is asking the grandfather where the fields were and where did they grew the corn. And the grandfather answered, my field was God's earth. Wherever I plowed, there was my field. Means there was no bounded area. Wherever we want, we can grow. Land was free. It was a thing no man called his own. Labor was the only thing men called their own. I have 2 more questions to ask you, said the king. Now the king is asking more questions. The first is, why did the earth bear such grain then and has ceased to do now? So the king is asking the question at that time the earth bear so much big corn, but not now. What is the reason? And the second is, why does your grandson walk on 2 crutches, your son with 1, and you yourself with none? So the king was surprised, so he was asking these questions. Your eyes are bright, your teeth are sound, and your speech clear and pleasant to the ear. How have these things come about? So the king was very surprised to see the grandfather because his eyes were also okay, his teeth were also sound, his speech was clear, though his sons and grandsons was not in a proper position, in a good position. So the king was surprised to see all the things, and he asked the old man, the grandfather. And the old man answered, "These things are so because men have ceased to live by their own labor." These two pages are the same because the picture was not clear. Now come to the last. And have taken to depending on labors of others. So what did the old man answer? What did the grandfather answer? The grandfather answered that now people depend on the labor of others, but in my time, in the time of the grandfather, it was its own labor. In old time, men lived according to the God's law. Whatever God want, that was to be done. They had what was their own, and they did not cover what others had produced. Because they believed that in their own things only, and they did not covet, means they did not want what others had produced. But now the things are totally changed. The time has changed. At that time, nobody put an eye on the others. They all were happy. They all were contented with their own things. But now the things are totally different. People wanted the things of others. That's why such type of corn has not there. So it is the answer of the old man. It was given. So we have seen that a grain as big as a hen's egg. There were three old men. First of old man, he came with 2 crutches. Then his father is called. He came with 1 crutches. And then the last one, father's father called, and he came on his own foot. His eyes were good. He was able to speak properly. He was able to hear properly. His teeth were sound. And he gave the answer that in my time, nobody wanted the things of others. All were happy, all were satisfied, all were contented. It's okay for today. You will read the lesson, you will underline the difficult words and find out their meanings. It's okay for today. Bye, students.